I'd imagine the easiest one, we got another one right here covering that side, but because of how, like, this is a better one right here because it really limits that sector. This one, I could see people quickly running up there and, get on top of that. And Green 4 is also going to have to run up there and, in order to defend it and lose stamina. Oh, it's winter. Interesting. And everyone's naked. I mean, that is totally fitting. Yeah, winter camo galore. But you got the BTR-8, you got the Gaz Tiger. Again, the AGS has been unscripted from it. And then all the way up here, you've got Green 4 pretty much set up on the spawn here. So let's go ahead and break down the mission. Briefing here. Oh, good God. It's a big briefing, too. The day has come for the pesky little bugger. The year is 2023. After a horrendous Christmas 2022 that saw few gifts come out of people's stockings, the slogan, "Down with Capitalist Claus," rocketed across social media, growing to unprecedented heights of popularity. With their constituents breathing down their necks, the nations around the world have sprung into action against the monopolist known as St. Nicholas Claus. Russian forces are tasked with an assault on Claus-controlled timber workshop in northern Siberia. Rumor has it that this very workshop is where the timber for Claus's sleigh is produced, so a win here would be huge for the Russian government. The workshop is located in the town of Polana. The Russians are aiming I love this, are aiming to capture 3 sectors: the construction site of a larger workshop, the barracks of Santa's elves, and the timber supply at the center of town. Claus's mercenary army are largely pro-Christmas guns for hire, has entrenched themselves in the position, moving updated hardware and fortifications into the area in anticipation of the Russian assault. Will the Russians be able to tackle a critical arm of Santa's logistical empire, or will the pro-Christmas forces ensure the production will be ready for next Christmas? Christ, it is now up to you to determine the outcome. Area of operations. Located in the sloping foothills of the eastern Serbian mountains, Santa has picked a bowl to place his workshop inside. Fortifications ring the outskirts of the high ground surrounding the town, and forested area provides much of the timber needed for the workshop. This is not easy terrain for attackers nor for defenders. Perhaps Santa failed to anticipate a war waged against him. The results of this battle will not only depend on who can hold the high ground, but who is able to get down from it as well. Note, St. Nick couldn't help himself. Around the map, you may run into Christmas trees that, unlike Christmas 22, will have some goodies lying underneath it. Interesting. Game mode, add sector. Basically, attacking faction once they get someone in the sector. If the number of people they get in the sector is greater than the amount of defenders in the sector, then the sector will start a 90-second countdown. Once that 90-second countdown finishes, the attackers will have captured the sector. Defenders cannot capture the sector back. If at any point the attackers lose the number majority in the sector they are capturing because they step out of the sector, they're killed, then the timer resets and has to be done again. All 3 sectors have to be taken by the attackers to win. If the defenders are able to keep at least 1 sector before time runs out, or they kill all the attackers, then they win. Mission variables, your standard 50-minute round. Max view distance is a click and a half. Defender fortify points are the standard 125 for a Friday night fight match. No magnified optics, no NVG equipment. I'm going to quickly look to see if there is a echo on either side. There's no echo, therefore map settings don't matter. No blue 4, that doesn't matter. Op 4 are your modern Russian EMR camouflage kits. Loadout's going to be AK-74s modernized, which is what the M stands for, or an AKS if they really want to be cheeky. MP-443 grouches as their secondary. Light machine gunners get the RPK. Medium machine gunners get the PKP. That is only in Delta, though. So Op 4 and Green 4 both have Delta, so they will have their medium machine guns. Light anti-tanks are going to be an RPG-7, and crew and aviation get a choice of PP-2000 or an AKS. Nothing for crew-served weapons in Op 4, otherwise they have the BTR-80 and armed gas. AGS is scripted out, though. It only is going to have the PKM. Green 4, meanwhile, are your Philippine Naval Special Operations Command Tiger Stripe camouflage kits for your Christmas mercenaries. Quick breakdown of the roster here. You got your platoon lead, platoon sergeant, squad leader, team leader, auto rifleman assistant, grenadier, grenadier IR. Both sides have GRIR kits, which have 40mm Hunt-IR grenades that they can fire up in the air. That give them a nice bird's eye view from a camera, and slowly falls to the ground. Really good for reconnaissance. Otherwise, your machine gunner assistant, combat engineer, they have the choice of 4 different types of ordnance. 4 explosive charges, 2 explosive satchels, 3 AT mines, and 4 tripwire mines, 2 being HE, 2 being flare. Medium anti-tanks don't exist anymore. Well, they do, but they're not in this round. Recon infantry, recon scout, and snipers don't exist anymore. They were part of a group called X-Ray that's been scrubbed out for at least half a year now. Designated marksman is important, though. There's 1 per squad. Looks like for green 4 is going to be a Mark 14, 20 round, 7.62 by 51 NATO rifle. For Op 4, it's probably going to be the SVD since they're Russian, which is a 10 round, 7.62 by 5.4R, which is nice. Crew lead, crewmen, pilots, which doesn't matter. Medics in the base kit. Loadouts for them are going to be 416s or M4A1s, Glock 17s as their secondary, 249s, 240 Golfs. This is basically American-based weaponry here. Single-shot disposable, M136 for their light anti-tank, which will be important because they have that BTR-80 to worry about. And then assets, you've got 2 transport Urals, 1 240 with an E-clan scope, 1 50 cal static, and then 1 regular 240 static as well. Looking at our AOs here, Sector 1 appears to be a little hilltop area. They got a snowman up top. There's a... Oh, my God. there's an M24 under that. I don't see a scope, but okay. It's not a bad choice right there. It's 7.62 by 5.1 as well, but without a scope and additional ammo, not sure how good that's going to be. But this sector, I mean, they got the barracks building right here. They got snowmen on top. I don't think these buildings in here are enterable, so they're just cereal boxes. But they also got that tower right there, and they can also add additional fortifications around it as well. And they got this circle area back here. Don't know what that'll be used for. Sector 2 is just this internal area right here with these 2 Urals. They got a nice perimeter fence going with some decent openings. Can you enter this building? It doesn't... Okay, no. So part of it you can, at least for this area, but you can't watch the far right and... Oh, no, you can't watch the far left flanks, though. But these windows are serial boxed out. So it's got some decent coverage over on the southeastern side. And then Sector 3, really nice ridge defense back here.
Yeah, they're on.
You can hear them locally. They got some good rear security here as well. I mean, this one can literally overwatch the other 2. I could see green 4 separating between all 3 of these sectors because they're so close to each other so they can cover each other accordingly. Putting your statics up here, though, I think would be your best bet because that's how you get the most overwatch out of everything. Granted, they are exposed, but with the scoped one, they should be able to properly support. So we'll just have to see how all of that goes. Otherwise, looking at our roster here, we got Eric commanding Op 4 here, Ash leading Alpha 1, Swola being Alpha's marksman, Kermit being Alpha's medic, Alpha 1 being led by Banks with Kazag, A2 Cons, Wheaton, Major Con, Jamie, and Alexander, Valitarian leading Alpha 2 with Daedalur, Dinebush, Eon, Vagrant, Wombat, and Baker. Lusode leading Charlie, looks like he's merged everyone together, so he's got Omega, Aim with the Balls, Solomons, Rodri, Gogu, Pro Hunter, Delta, Crazy, Yano, and Riley under him. Azariah leading Delta, Scania Recon and Delta, one of the 2 best communities in FNF. I always like to point that out. Iander playing a medic role. Interesting. They're taking the machine gun group, that's why. So Delta 1 being led by Whiplash, Yanni and Flying Finn taking the PKPs, Dobbs and Steve being the assistants. And then you got Nafs leading Delta 2 with Katz and Cullis taking the machine guns, and Nimbia and Perton more than likely being the assistants. Gamma 1, which is probably going to be the dedicated BTR-80 crew, is going to be Rund and Lurch. And then Charlie 2, which are probably still going to merge into Lusode's group, is Wickfin and Mike. Curie for Green 4 is leading. Ooh, he's got a thermal binocular set. Interesting. Slushy leading Alpha 1. No, he's not. He's the marksman because he has that Mark 14. Lolo being the medic. It's Pierce leading Alpha 1 with Aslan being a 2IC. Wayne leading, or they're leading Alpha, my bad. Wayne's leading Alpha 1 with Mutant, Reapers, Olaf, Seismo, and Shy under him. Steve leading Alpha 2 with Kabubi, Dawadox, and Sam under him. Papega Pirates under Charlie. They're going to be... they're going to have Flux leading. Cake here is going to take the marksman. Arma Jesus as the medic. Guy Fury leading Charlie 1 with Legal Action, Bantkin, and Korvac. Skipu leading Charlie 2 with MFL, Albert Q, Giovanni, Pingus, and Unique. Norris leading Delta with Iqbal leading Delta 1 with Scout Thompson and Anaria. And then Andre Reed leading Delta 2 with Warkus and Nelson. They don't have machine gunner... the little machine gun symbol for him with the arrow, so it's just Anara taking the 240 Bravo, and then Warkus and Nelson taking a 240 Bravo, so only Delta 1 only has one of those. And then Echo, so they are taking their MAC crew. That's going to be Depso taking the medium anti-tank rifle, Sayek as an assistant, and Timex squad leading. So just to quickly look back at the MAT settings, Green 4 are going to have an RPG 32, 2 AT per unit. So they've got 4 rounds total, 2 with the AT gunner, 2 with the assistant. They're going to basically be looking for that BTR 80 and potentially the Gaz Tiger to snipe. Otherwise, I'm a little concerned with what Op4 is doing right now. They're sending a group all the way back here. I guess anticipating that Op4 is going to come up on the left flank. That's a bit of a risky gamble here because they don't know where Op4 is going to come from. They aren't going to send a Ural up to try to check on that or do some early recon. So having a lot of forces outside of the defensive sectors when Op4 has other choices to get right on top could be a potentially bad idea. Maybe it's so that Charlie for Green 4 can be aggressive and push around and flank the attackers coming in. But with all of this open terrain, I'm going to be honest, it's a lot better to just play defensive on that scenario. Plus, going all the way out here means they're going to have to cross all this open area to come around, and that's going to take them additional time, whereas Op4 might just get right on top of the position early on. So we'll see how things go. But regardless, Malin is bringing up we do need to check on some of the Christmas presents here because we already saw an MI-24 under one of them.
And I fell.
I just got here.
We'll have to see if there's anything else. But it's a very specific Christmas tree asset. I want to see if anyone picked up that MI-24, or not the MI, the M24. An MI-24 is an attack helicopter. An M24 is a sniper rifle. Looks like they did pick it up. I just don't see it anymore. That's funny. So I gotta wonder, is there like other positions on the map where these trees might be, or are they just going to be, I think, in Christmas Town here? Having a sip of water there. No, there's no Christmas IEDs, you degenerates. So let's see what else comes up. All right. Merry freaking goat miss. C4 presents. I do have some Christmas themes up. Christmas themed ops I'm working on to debut next week across various communities. We're just gonna have to see how kind of everything goes. I'm gonna be working on this weekend mainly. All right. There's one with an explosive charge. Oh god. But will Fluffer sabotage something this op compared to OFCRA? I hope not. I don't want Fluffers to be too malicious. But you never know. And I'm currently hyping up a friend of mine who has a little bit of depression. So I'm just trying to cheer her up. Oh my gosh, and so many freaking pings and whatnot. And we still have 2 minutes. All right. And then the guys that I have all the plugins and stuff for, Stream Elements, they keep hounding me to do sponsored stuff like HelloFresh ads and whatnot. And I'm like, not my cup of tea. If I need money, I'll just do pay for pain, and I'll lower my rate for Zeus ops for commissions, and I can make my money back easily. And then even then, I can just do DayZ streams these days and let you guys troll the shit out of me. So I don't wanna gouge you guys, you know. It's not my cup of tea. I'm just here to have fun, and we're here to watch these guys, you know, commit mass murder with Friday Night Fights. As I predicted, they're putting the scoped M240 static up here. That's a great call, because you can get so much coverage with it everywhere around here. And we'll see how all that goes. 1 minute remaining. And then I need to edit Splendid Squad's footage here. Let me discuss what's going on for the main channel, by the way. So I've front logged up to the end of this month, just my standard what I've been doing, like a highlight video and then a Zeus video. After this month, at the beginning of the new year, we're going to go to a new uploading schedule of every 3 to 7 days. I just have to put up an edited highlight compilation of something. Because YouTube just hates me. You know? That's the only system that seems to be working. So I'm just gonna go with the norm just to keep that thing growing, because that's the only thing I can do, you know? So we're just gonna go with that. So if the content gets sporadic or people ask, hey, where's XYZ? There's always the VOD channel for the full Zeus videos, and then PvP Shenanigans channel is not changing. I'm going to keep it going because I still, again, have that channel front logged into March right now. And over the past 3 weeks, I have gotten enough content to front log it into April if I wanted to. So, you know, I got to do all that shit too. All right. Looking at the round here. A little concerning because it's not giving me that G plus number. Excuse me, to show me how many people are in the vehicle. So Op4 is going to run up to this hill like I predicted, because that gives, you know, from the green right here, they're thinking that'll get them right in compared to all the white here, even though this is a pretty nasty ridge. And there is a little bit of cover to work with, but they can also always run down here and then come across, which is why I think Pepega chose to overwatch right here. But there is still, with some smoke grenades and there's a good chunk of defilade, people can just, you know, smoke up and move. But we'll just have to see how that main force goes. If not, they're just going to try to run down the ridge from right here and then utilize that BTR and the Gaz T-Gear as overwatching elements with their heavy guns. So we'll just have to see how this plays out. Number-wise, though, I'm going to be honest, I can't tell you who's going to win this. I feel like it's favoring the defenders, but we'll just have to see how effective that BTR-80 is, and they're moving a squad with them as well, so it could go either way, you know? Welcome, Clay. But as Op4 basically sets himself up here, schedule for today is I'm going to be doing all rounds. We'll see what time that ends. If it ends a little earlier than 6:30, I'll try to sneak in an hour of some DayZ. Let you guys mess with me as I explore the new House of Trash Namalsk server. At 7:30, I'm going to wrap up the stream for 30 minutes. I'm going to get on the 5th mission of the Martyred Lady, which is the Sisters of Battle Warhammer 40k unit, though we're going to be playing as Elysian Drop Troopers today, starting a new campaign, which I think you guys will really like, because I've basically converted the entire central area of Altus into a Warhammer 40k place. They're going to basically be hitting 2 cognitator arrays, downloading intel, and then extracting. So it should be a good hour to 2 hour operation. It's a 3 life op as well, but we'll just have to see how, you know, that all plays. Otherwise, after that, I'm probably just going to either play more DayZ or work on my Darktide weeklies. Because I'm in the process right now of each one of my characters, I'm just trying to build a Damnation kit with. And based off of the latest batch of nerfs, I'm thinking to myself right now, just over the list, because Psyker's fine, because Psyker, Shock Staff, that's all you need for Damnation. Preacher, I've got a great Thunderhammer build, but I've watched Preachers take freaking crit knives and not have any problems, so I'm going to try to look for a crit knife just to try it. You need to find a knife with bleed, because once you have a bleeding enemy, you do a lot more damage and have a lot more toughness against them. So there's that. My Ogren, I think, is fine, because it's not going to get any better unless I grind the hell out of it, but you just got to chain heavy attacks with a shield. And I've got to try the new Power Maul. And then my, what is he called? Sharpshooter, I think, is also fine. Just cycling between a good recon lasgun, a bolter, and trying some other guns to see what works really well. Because when you're playing the highest difficulty, your job is really just to do ranged crowd control, which means you have to kill things quickly. And that can be a bit tough sometimes. But anyway, looking over at the units here, as I said, Op 4 is coming around with the majority of their infantry on the right. They're having the BTR go in an overwatch position about right here. They're keeping it a little back, though. They might adjust it, though. And they've got Scandia Recon on Delta. Their machine gunners deploying, coming around on the other side with the Gaz Tiger following. Based off of where these two units are, I'm not sure they're going to be in good positions to support each other. Because Delta with the machine guns, even if they were to come up right here, that means that if these guys wanted to be supported, they'd basically have to come up in the open and push, but instead they're going to kind of push on their own side. So these guys aren't going to really have any of those support assets to assist them in that push, which is a little worrisome. I feel like if Delta and the BTR and the Gaz Tiger wanted to support this push, they should have come up with them right here and set up their machine guns and the vehicles up here to provide covering fire for the infantry to then trickle down, but we're not going to get that. So right now, to me, this feels like it's just two separate types of attacks, one mass infantry, one with the machine gun squad and two vehicles, and they're just going to try to probe into the AO on two different sides and see if they can make it, which I feel like this group could actually get into this side here, but there's a lot of open area. They're going to have to load up in the Gaz Tiger and charge, maybe with the BTR 80 supporting. But there is going to be a vehicle push at this point, and the one issue with that is you've got the medium anti-tank gunner right here that could easily shoot a vehicle if he stays alive. And then the infantry, I feel like, are going to get caught in the open right here, trickling down, killed off. They try to go around on the right flank. Papega's going to stop them. I feel like this is really favoring the defenders right now. But, I mean, if we knew what would happen, what would be the point in covering it? So let's see how it goes. But based off of what we've seen over the past 3 years covering these types of events, a lot of open ground, a lot of good defensive positions by the defenders. I could see some pretty large smoke rushes being done, but again, what's really concerning me is that 240 E-Clan static, because when you have a static, it has no recoil on the tripod. You give it a scope, and it's basically a sniper rifle that fires a lot of bullets very quickly. It was up here last time I saw it. I don't know where it got moved to, but, I mean, again, right here against the units out there, it's got a pretty good freaking position for it. What is this guy doing all the way out here on his own? We'll see how that works out. Hey, Dennis, how you doing? It's Arma. Anything can happen. Exactly.
Vic is on top of me.
So he's calling out that Vic. Tracer's going out. I see. So they put the unscoped 240 in here, and they're firing through the camo net. And they got the other one in here with the scope. Let me just show you the magnification of this puppy. See what I mean? If he gets a proper range, he can literally aim it where it needs to go, and he can just start picking people off. It's a very powerful weapon if used properly. This dude is very well hidden. Like, unless they walk right on top of them, they're not going to find them. But funny enough, you got Scandi, who are masters at hiding in trees, also checking the trees as well. Got a Christmas tree up here. It's a MAC-10, which is an integrally suppressed rifle. So Katz is picking up the water in the MRE around it as well. That's funny.
There's actually a rifle on the ground here. It looks like a 338 rifle, and I can't pick it up.
It is a 338 rifle. So I'm wondering what sight lines does the BTR have right now? It does not have any. They're waiting to push up to get sight lines, probably just to support Delta pushing in. But as you can see with these two separate attacks, they're going to then come down here. Papega's going to open up on them as soon as they see him moving in the open right there. I think they're focusing a little on the left right now. Got some marksman shots coming in now. And here comes that return fire. Again, I think Op4, if they get into this forested area, there's a little bit of room for them to, you know, have defilade against that area, but it runs out eventually. But at that point, they can charge right up to this position. They do have Delta that can then lock that open area down, but they're going to be busy with Op4 Delta as they basically get into long-range machine gun fights with each other here. And then at this range, then they've got Alpha supporting Delta to fire on Op4 Delta. At this rate, there's just a lot of stuff to work with here. You know, good thing that dude just moved, because they just checked on his tree to verify that there was no one in it. Very smart call for Harrington. Yeah, so they're going to push out now because they've been quote-unquote spotted, but Green 4 already knew their position was up there. So they might pull back to the gas and pull away. But they're definitely just trying to feel out for where they can have forces down. You got some smokes deployed right there as Op4 have now moved down to there. Zombie, yeah, but I don't speak about it anymore because I've just given up on it at this point. So we got more suppressive fire going up to there. We got a Green 4 guy knocked out by suppressive fire, but an Op4 member was just knocked out as well. Yeah, exactly, Zombie. But anyway. This is just going to be a lot of long-range fighting. And you got this guy right here waiting for units to come around here so we can potentially hit him. Looking at the map side of things, though, the BTR is also pushed up. It's trying to provide some supporting fire. Into the bunker right here, I think. It's hard to tell with the tracer angles. Fives, I'm gonna be honest, depends on my mood. I'd say more often than not, nothing's better than rocking a machine gun, specifically an LMG, because a medium machine gun, the weapons way is pretty tough, but, you know, a 249 can never go wrong. P90 is also fun, but you have to do it in CQC because it has a drop-off of 400 meters, because at that point, you absolutely cannot hit anything accurately. But I mean, like, a P90 is literally like a VSS, but more range than a VSS or an AS-Val. Because you can put a sniper scope on a P90 and a suppressor, and you get, like, more than twice the amount of ammo. That's if you're using the 20-round mags.
Right here. Don't go too far in deep.
Yeah, so they're calling these guys out. I mean, Op4's only choice at this point is to wrap their infantry around and come around like this. This is going to be a long round. Because right now you're just having Op4 over here distract. Because I think their plan was Op4 was going to attack from this angle and draw Green 4's attention away. But Green 4 had rear security here to watch for what I think Op4's original plan was to then ride up this forest and attack from the back. That's been thwarted, though, because Papega was ordered to watch the rear. So Op4's only other choice is to either continue the attack and probably take high casualties, or completely loop around to get into this forested area up here and then cross from behind, and that's going to take them a long time. And Green 4 predicting this is now trying to set up in a position where they can engage the forested units going around. Because all this is going to do is just eat at the clock. Oh, there's another tree right here. That's cute.
They literally haven't spotted us.
Those are TNT grenades. So you got sheer... It's just going to be a lot of long-range engagements this round. GL's going off, but they're hitting the trees. Flux just took a round. So Op4 is getting a little better here with the luck of the draw. Now you got Cake here trying to get some marksman shots off. This Chucklehead is actually charging.
I got one.
Oh my god. They're actually charging an open field because Green 4's pulling back. This is amazing.
I'm murdering Flux. I'm fine.
I don't think he realizes there's a group. Yeah, the tree's blocking his view. That's another kill. Oh, God.
Flux, I got 3.
Oh, no. The tree's blocking his line of sight.
I'm pulling back.
I think it's too late, buddy. You're about to be shot in the back. Ah! Ah! It hurts. Oh, it's been fun, Zealous. We'll admit. Public damnation's very toxic, but hey, it works out.
I lost one man.
Fuck,
Who
I'm having
didn't disengage
suggestions.
when I told
I'm
him to
having
disengage.
suggestions from Charlie 1 to move northwest. To go into the tree line toward northwest.
And they're talking
I said
smack
no, but I
about
just
Cake
wanna hear
here
you guys
now.
say. I think we just hold. I think we just hang out here.
Well, they also lost
Rather
legal
than
action.
A rifleman, a marksman, because he didn't want to fall back, and you want to get one more extra kill.
Don't need the scope.
I'm gonna get a
Can
scope
you
real
get
quick.
your
Hold here.
GL? Can you get
No,
your
they're
GL?
right. Literally
It's a
there.
joke. It's a joke.
Yeah, they're literally
Ah, fives. Probably any auto cannon.
They're pushing us.
238.
We lost 2 guys now.
560 meters.
Still holding.
What's your max range?
Any auto cannon makes me giggle.
We're not gonna be able to. fall
Yeah,
back.
really range 250.
So Delta's moved a group around over here. The other Delta group's still engaging from right there.
That tree line's 150. 150.
And then the BTR's actually moved around right here, and it's going to pick people up. All right.
106.
So Op4 is definitely adjusting their strategy here.
I'm more afraid when they get real close. Get
Are
ready.
you kidding me? I'm
Stay behind
excited
cover.
when they get
Yeah, Green 4 knows they're coming.
Where do you see him?
literally right there.
There you go. More than further over there. Further up over there.
Yeah, because they're fighting downhill. And then there's a steep drop-off right here that leaves them a very small window to put GLs on them. I don't know if anyone took his weapon. Because an extra marksman rifle would be really powerful. That's legal actions, body. BTR is not coming around. It might try to put units up here or something. Harrington's falling back. They might try to displace units, ride the northern border, and then put them on that side instead. With only 19 minutes in the round, and they've got time to make that maneuver. Yeah, Zealous, it's okay if you have an item that needs one perk changed out, but
I thought I could hit.
c'est la vie.
Where this?
It hit the tree between everybody. I just heard a seven.
Yeah, so now you got Op4 trying to use Defilade to push up to here. And since these guys have a sloped surface, GLs are going to be a lot easier to place on them. Flux got that one kill.
Fine for now.
Depth, so Echoes coming around, they might run into command and be able to take them out. They're throwing more grenades, but they're a little early. You got ground command coming over to try to look at what's going on. But yeah, Op4 just with all these like single units coming in unsupported and just running into the defensive lines, I feel like they're just going to defeat themselves in detail here and lose that 8% number advantage and whatnot.
I don't want Christmas. All I really want is fresh peas.
Jesus Christ. Yep, so that BTR is still coming around with that additional squad. The other half of Delta coming around. I think Naps is going to pick them up and move them back here to maneuver. BTR is going to do the same. Because we do have Echo up here, and they're hunting for any vehicles. I think they're trying to get a flanking shot on the BTR because they knew it was around right there, and they're looking for it now, but they can't seem to find it because it is doing that far maneuver around, and then I think it can ride the low ground right here because it's still in the map border, and they can completely avoid Echo right there. But let's do a quick number count right here. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, 9 Op4 right here. Green 4 have got 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, 11. And they're sending a few guys down to risk a counterattack, and they might be able to catch them in the rear if they look right. Now, if they have a GL, that would be perfect. Bay took a hit there, but one of those hits was blocked by his launcher. You geniuses. You geniuses. Did you hear the panic in their voices? Oh my god. Thankfully, Bay wakes back up. I think you just said something about, hey, can you not toss a friendly frag again? Thanks. Alright, so now you got Kane over here. He's got a GL. He might be out of ammo, though, but this would be a much better area to fire those rounds. GL fires over. Great shot! Landed right on Uniku. Another one coming in. A little far. Still waiting on seeing where that BTR maneuvers around. Yeah, the screams are always funny when they screw up. So Green 4 tried to do a counterattack, didn't really get much out of it. No Op4 deaths. I'm not sure there were any Green 4 KIAs as well. A few wounded, but nothing gained. And that just kind of reflects this entire round of it's very slow. Op4 is going to be spending another 10 or so minutes maneuvering in and then rushing to get the final objectives done. So I feel like this is leaning more and more into Green 4's favor because Op4 is spending a lot more time doing maneuvers, trying to probe into an area that they can because they've just kept all of their units separated as a whole. If they just picked a route, kept their units together, and just properly supported each other, I think they would have had a much better outcome. But look at this. Kane showing how aggressive he is right here. Moving up to counterattack.
Right across the field.
That's fair, Runda. Again, I think Op4, if they just kept everyone together and properly supported each other, they would have been able to get in. But Op4 are just around in various angles, so. Now, I want to say this is why King is the king, but every time I say something, they get caster cursed. Ha! They get caster cursed, so I'm just gonna be silent. We're gonna watch this action. Made the mission based off an old NA mission. I think I know the mission you're talking about because I remember seeing this AO, but it was on a different map of Chernarus. It wasn't winter, it was, I think summer. It could have been fall, though. Yeah.
Dragging out, yo. Yeah, they're fucking they're just scannering into the wind. Cowards. Yeah, they're running, they're just trying to
Alright, so
sprint
Kane's
east
gotten a
as
kill,
fast
he
as they
wounded
can. They're just
another.
trying to get, yeah, like northeast, there's a couple dead ones healing in the back. I'm gonna go murder them.
Yeah, as they said, they flanked from the northwest. They basically came into where they are now, but now Op4 is separated in so many different areas. I think King just got that double tap. There's the 2 tick. So this group is down to 7. Little worried about King right now, though, because we have Delta coming up. They just reinforced everyone entirely. Just heard some AT fire. It was hot. Oh, no, they got it. All right, so Echo's done their job. So that BTR is toast. And the rest of this group is also getting toasted here because you got Bay and King, 2 of the most aggressive players in FNF, coming up and just licking the rest of these guys off. Now you can just see the Russian bodies stacking. Another knockout on Waldo. Another Op4 guy just got dropped. And they don't even realize they're being engaged from such a close flank because they're just getting hit right here in center. AT just fired into this position. All right, let's watch the King clean it up. That's another kill.
Look at me.
King runs out of ammo. He got hit a few times. Oh, he gets knocked out by the pistol. Only to get sniped out by Bay. So yeah, Bay, 4 kills. King, 3 kills. I'd imagine the remaining 2 were probably by people like Flux and everyone else on the defense here, but that's a full group wiped. Which is honestly like a 3rd or 4th of Op4's manpower. Somewhere in between. You can see the fire, the BTR all the way back there. So now I got Delta crawling up here. This is a mix of Scandi and other elements. Yanni on a kill, which means during the suppression fight, he was actually able to get someone. Kane, I think, woke back up. Yep, so now they just got to loop back. They're going to resupply off the dead. Bandage as well. They can't get too comfortable here, though, because they're about to be flanked. See, what really concerns me is these guys went up to Delta's position, and Delta chose not to go down it. So why did Alpha push over here to now do what Delta didn't do? You know, it's a weird call. Op4's making a lot of weird calls here. Only 22 minutes remaining. And again, Runda, I agree. Op4 should have kept all their units together. And honestly, the northwest push would have been the best. They could have just rode around the map border, had the Gaz Tiger with infantry clear this out, and then completely driven around, deployed right here, and then come in, hit that one objective, because then it couldn't be supported by the other 2, and then just trickle in from there with great overwatch from that building, but they didn't. So now you got Op4 in all these different areas trying to trickle in, and they're just going to get picked off because Op4 have a really good overwatch positions that can cover this 360. You know, it just be like that. But just going to make for a slow round 1, unfortunately. Now you got Command doing a smoke charge here as they're getting engaged. Yeah, Command's charging in, and they're getting shot to shit. Monktastic, I'm glad to hear it, man. I mean, life's full of ups and downs. I'm glad I could help you through your downs, man. It's content. It's primarily for the players, but streams like these, well, still for the players to showcase them, but, you know, I'm glad it also helps people out as well. We've all been there. Nothing's more exhilarating than rushing through the gunfire, getting your Nico kneecap shattered, and praying to God that lucky bullet does not hit you. Delta now firing in this group. I think they killed Bay. No, Bay just ran back, so they opened up a little later. Other half of Delta's trying to maneuver down this way. But look at this. Green 4 is now turned around, and they're going to be engaging Delta on that side. Because Delta 2 for Green 4 is going to be covering against Alpha. This is so bad. Really bad for the attackers because they're literally picking 3 different directions to attack from, and the defenders just have to hold against 3 directions. Nah, Patriot, you're run to Thunder. You can't lie to me. What's funny is they're actually going to be able to sneak people in and actually take this sector, but then on top of that, look at all the smoke grenades that Op4's pushed right here. Good God. Hey, right on, Monk. We got a lot of cool things coming out with the 506. It's just slow because I only Zeus for them twice a month on average. But they want, after the mini campaign I have set up for them, they want to get back into some Stalker stuff. But they also might want to do 40k, so I'm going to give them a pull. Because it's probably going to be between Stalker, 40k, and Halo. Ooh. Good shot by Naps right there. He just picked one guy off. At this point, this is just an attrition fight, which is not how you want to play these out. And look at where Delta 1 is all the way over there right now. They're not really in a position to support. Command's capturing this element right here. He just left the sector, though. He's on the border. And since no one's in it, he'll be able to take it. But the other two, I don't know. You got the entirety of Alpha out there. Not in a good position at all. Charlie right here is in a good Overwatch position. They might pull back seeing the Sector 2 prompts. So they're just going to come in and reinforce the sector itself, but they can get in this tree line and stop Op4 from pushing in, but you're going to see a very big cut down of elements if Op4 actually tries to run this open field. I would say Op4 still have a chance to win, yes, but they have to win by sheer force of will. And with Papega and Scandy on opposite sides canceling each other out, with the amount of green force still in the sector, I don't see it. Maybe Command can get in and pull an Adriano? Look what Alpha 2's do. They're literally charging the open hill. I freaking. 17 minutes left. You're going to see that 15-minute warning call in 2 minutes. People are going to get desperate. Another Op4 guy just got his head blown off. Smoke's now getting in the way. AT fired up. I mean, people are just getting cut down here, and it's showing. Well, so I think the Gaz T-Gear is still somewhere back here, just dismounted. BTR-80 got sniped, though. So look at this. You got Command now charging in. He's on a kill, because he just got a guy. That's going to frazzle this group in here. He headshots the 50 cal gunner. Why are you doing this with a pistol? So I guess him coming in here and disrupting the line. What? Wait a minute. What? He got Thanos snapped. He got fucking Thanos snapped. Oh my god. That was up for command. He's still I don't even know how to describe that. Hi, boo. Huh? Ah. I'll come up and say hi in a bit. All right, this round's almost done. I'll take a few minutes off, all right? Her brother's here, so I just want to say hi. Well, Wheaton just got picked off because Op 4's now charging an open field. Delta 1's getting up to over here. Yeah, you got multiple Op 4 bodies right here because they've decided to do open charges. Sector 2's been officially captured. Op 4 is just charging in from various areas. I think they might be able to actually overwhelm and take Sector 1 with the amount of Op 4 coming in from different angles. And based off of the fact they're confused now because there was a random guy right there, and they're now, you see them sweeping around and trying to find him because they didn't even leave a body. So, I think this is going to be Green 4's last bastion. I think they're going to be able to hold it. Man activated the Predator cloak. Yeah, right? Activated something, that's for damn sure. Wait, I just saw him. He's back here.
I was teleported because I was lone wolfing.
There you go.
I need to stick with you.
Teleported away because he was lone wolfing. Amazing.
Do we still have security on the north?
So you got that machine gunner trying to hold right there. 6 dudes in the barracks remaining. Yeah, I know, Phobia. I don't really know, because Command, he only had one guy in his element, and they charged from a different direction, so... Hey, look. Green 4 is getting cut down as they try to charge an open field. Go figure. Granted, you got Green 4 now trying to stop a few Op 4 from coming in on the southern flank. 13 minutes remain. Again, I wouldn't say Op 4 is completely screwed out of a chance right now, but... Why? Why would you try to counterattack through it? Oh, it's Pierce. Never mind. Ah, whoever, Surrect. Yes, because if Op 4 is getting cut down in the open, that means you can go through the open field and be fine, right? Yeah, logic. Oh my god. Silly, silly Pierce. That's the one thing I've noticed in PvP, is if the defenders get complacent with defending the area, they will counterattack in the dumbest of angles and usually die. And then the attackers win because they managed to kill enough people that thought that was a smart idea and win the fight. Oh, I love Pierce too. We're hard on him, but that's because we love him. The man's willing to try almost any strategy, and he keeps it interesting. Granted, it's not always the smartest strategy, but without him, I wouldn't have some fun content to work with. Uh-oh. Oh, the grenade finished him off. So now you got some remaining Scandi Recon members trying to come in along the flank. Green 4 have a lot of guys in this area. Night Owl has managed to charge up. He's going aggressive. And look, he also gets cut down. Wow. 11 minutes. Ooh, we got an Op 4 guy that's come in here. He killed the Echo guy. Smoke grenade comes in. Another smoke grenade comes in. Vagrant on 2 kills. I mean, he's also a pretty good player. That's a frag. Will it hit him in the face? No, but it hit him in the arm. Oh, that one blows him up. Now, can Scandy carry the match? Actually, it's only a few members of Scandy here, and it's going to rely on other Op4. So basically, can Op4 somehow close the distance and still win the PvP at CQC? Here, again, I think they're going to be able to. There's only 4 guys left. Op4 trickling in. Here, it's going to rely on Scandy and Swola carrying. Because some of them are even bypassing Sector 1 to go to Sector 3. What? That leaves less infantry to come in. I don't know. Then again, if Op4 just randomly picked building... Oh my god, they just murdered this one man in here. My god. This is utter chaos, as both sides are desperate to win. And it can still go either way, because Op4, after closing to CQC on various angles, have actually managed to get quite a few kills. Because the chaos is from, like, every side possible.
Southwest, I mean.
Oh, we had a great opportunity there. They're staying stealthy for now. Op4 now has the number advantage in the sector, but they just lost it. But 5-3. Uh-oh.
Wonder.
Shoot them. There you go. Shoot them again. You just blew yourself up for real. Are you freaking kidding me? Are you actually? Gold star for that one, Chief. It's one thing to bad frag. It's another thing to then not hear it go off and go out and actually check on it and blow yourself up with your own bad frag. Like, if you threw it and then didn't react to it, I could get that, because maybe, like, you just had a brain fart or whatnot. But the fact that you pulled away after you threw it, seen it hit the corner and land there, and then not waited for it to go off before you rechecked the corner, that just... No offense to whoever just did that, but that is a level of dumb. I'm not gonna lie. Like, wait for the explosion at least. You know? Did it blow up yet? Oh, it didn't. Oh, it just did. Oh, there goes my face. All right, there's Sector 1 captured. Green 4's down to 2. 8 minutes for the last sector. And they just mowed down another guy. Ouch. Well, he seems to be taking a nap. Where did that just go? Oh, they got thermite grenades from the engineer kits, and they're putting them on the stairwell. I feel like Op4 has a slight number advantage now. It's just, can they trickle in and kill the defenders in? Ah, yes. Strategy. Okay. Well, it appears Caster Kirsten. Caster Kirsten. There we go. That's how you say that. It's done it again. Green 4 now down to 5 units. Some Op4 staying in the sector right here.
A warm welcome, shall we?
You got a little mini fight going around over here. Why do you have a -1? Maybe that's why Eon was shooting at him, because he has a -1, which means he killed a friendly unit earlier. Oh my god. Clay, I'm gonna be honest with you. I've been doing this since 2020, and I don't know what's going on either at this point, man. It's just sheer chaos. Ooh. Ooh, he reloading. Never reload next to these chuckleheads because they know what the reload sounds like and they'll just peek the damn corner and hit you. Op 4 is going to clutch this, and I don't know how to feel about that. And you know what the really funny thing is? I think this was a Green 4 explosive trap that they blew up, and it actually detonated the building. So I think Green 4 did this to themselves, which is even worse. That's the worst part about this, is I think they actually got themselves with that one. There's the 90-second timer going down. I mean, Op 4, if I was these guys, I would just chill there and go, what? We don't have to clear it out, man. We just gotta wait. Wait it out. Win the fight. Oh, it's slightly held. Slightly sloped up so it would absorb that round. Wow. Colas heard him walking around there. And there goes the other Green 4 guy, and that's GG. Op 4 clutched it because of Green 4 blowing themselves up at the end. I can't believe that worked. Snatching defeat from the jaws of victory. Exactly.